Good evening. I am Kathy Sorensen from Homeschool, Iowa. I work with the regional representatives and the special needs advisors team. And we gathered our special needs advisors together tonight to talk to you about some of our favorite curriculum and games and ideas, tips, inspirations, just some things that we think will help you. And we're so glad that you came. I'm going to let our team introduce themselves, and we are going to start with Kim.
Hi, I'm Kim Zuber, and I'm a special needs advisor for Homeschool, Iowa. I homeschooled, I always say forever, because my kids had special needs, and worked with Grantwood AEA early on, but officially we started when my son was in second grade, and we noticed his special needs showing up when just lack of organization was having problems staying on task in the classroom. And after spending a lot of time visiting, I realized this was just the best option, was to bring him home and homeschool. One of the first things I think that was important for us was to learn about learning styles, and we realized he was a visual learner, so that helped us. But the thing we found out that he really liked was history. And so I would say some of his favorite curriculum was anything related to history. He liked Truth Quest history. We loved all the book suggestions that they gave us. We also loved drive-through history videos, which we found just entertaining, and they didn't feel like that was like school. So that was an easy thing to have. Anything that looked like a magazine my kids didn't think was school. So I bought things like zoo books, Learning Through History, which they looked like magazines, I guess. I don't think they were truly a magazine. He also just loved to read anything that had to do with history. So we would just grab any book we found that had history. No surprise, he ended up graduating from Liberty University online with a history degree. Our daughter was a lot more complicated. She had a lot of health problems. And so as time went on, we realized that she was going to need a lot of help in school. And we thought that would be more than we could handle. So we sent her off to public school for a couple years. But we soon realized that she was more at risk of getting sick. So we brought her home, and that's when she really took off. We assembled sort of a team for her. We spent a lot of time working with therapists, like occupational therapists, physical therapists. We did keep some of her special needs teachers involved so that we would just have their input. They were very supportive of us homeschooling, and they would just kind of guide us, like handwriting through without tears. They thought that would be a good curriculum to use with her. It didn't work. Then we tried like learning sight reading. And I don't even remember what that was, but that didn't work. So after several years of trying this curriculum and that curriculum with her, we realized we had to be realistic about what did her future look like. And we knew that she wasn't going to be able to hold a job. She's in a wheelchair. She uses sign language to communicate. She's very limited on her fine motor skills. And just as we would teach her the 150th word, she would lose something that she had learned before. So we realized life skills were going to be important. So throughout her school years, we spent a lot of time, she sat in on all the reading of history. She loved to hear science. She loved anything to do with animals or nature. So we spent a lot of time with Answers in Genesis Science. We didn't do all the experiments, and she couldn't answer all the questions, but she just liked to be read to. So we did a lot of read alouds with her, worked hard on sign language because we knew she'd need that to communicate. We needed to know that to communicate. So we spent a lot of time doing those things. Then we started realizing that, hey, she could get a little bit better with her fine motor skills, and she could fold clothes. So she was so excited when she could accomplish anything on her own. Her favorite sign to this day is independent. Anything that can make her independent, she loves. So she has taken over all of the family towel laundry. She does her own laundry. She learned to operate the washing machine and the dryer. She makes her bed. She has a special bedspread that zips up like a sleeping bag, but she loves that. And so we kind of just started working with whatever she got interested in doing. We made sure we helped her find a way to do it. And so even to this day, I consider that we really have never stopped schooling. We still work on sign language. We still have someone come in and work with her through songs. She'll pick a song that she likes, usually something new on the radio, and then we'll learn the sign language to it. So that's been a lot of fun. I guess my big tip is learning what your child likes to do, what their best learning style is. And also for our daughter, the tip was just finding those people that will walk alongside you, such as therapists that approve of your homeschooling, that are all in, that they are all in, that are willing to be there to support you. For me, finding people at Homeschool Iowa, finding people that had gone ahead of me, that had already been there and done that, that's been a big help, that, you know, you could talk to them and see how they did it. And sometimes what they did worked, sometimes, nope, that didn't work, but hey, it gave me an idea for something else.
Thank you, Kim. That was really great. And I think that is just wonderful that you saw your daughter's needs in such a way that you could find a practical way to give her an education. And I think that that'll be helpful to a lot of moms. So thank you for sharing that. I'd like to share a couple places where you can get more information on special needs. Homeschool Iowa website is homeschooliowa.org, and if you go to the resources tab and pull down, there is a special needs tab, and that is where you can read about our special needs advisors. There's some introductory things there, and then there's a lot of information and other resources that you might find helpful there. So please go there. It's just a great education in itself to look through that. Also on Facebook, we have a new page. A friend of Homeschool Iowa, Kay, has started homeschooling kids with special needs in Iowa. So you'll find that on Facebook, and our special needs advisors team is also there, so you can ask questions and get to know them.